What's up, Ross fam? We are currently at the Swami's. It's a brunch place in San Diego. We drove down here because we have to go to IKEA later to get him a high chair. I used to come here with my mom all the time and it's so good. I've never sat in this little outside area, but it's really cute. And this is our first time sitting at a restaurant together, like just us, in a year. And over a year.
Well, not just us.
And this is his first time ever sitting at a restaurant. Well, no, this is the second time.
Yeah, on our wedding day.
On our wedding day, we went and got breakfast. But
yeah.
Oh yeah, we're married, by the way.
Did they not know?
I've never said anything about it.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's not like I'm embarrassed to be married.
No, I thought you want to say something, but it's just like we're married.
We got married. We love each other. We are finally at IKEA. I love it here. Do you love it here?
I love it here.
I love it here. We've just gotten a couple of things, but we're looking at some plants and some baskets for our plants. We just left IKEA. It was honestly really packed in there and we didn't want to be by a bunch of people, so we didn't even get what we went there for, but we got just like a couple little things for around the house. And I think we're gonna go by Mission Bay for a little bit and then we're gonna head home after that and do a little Q&A for you guys. So we got home like an hour and a half ago. We let Jasper stay up 30 minutes later than he usually would, just because when we go out in public and we're not home for a couple hours, usually after like 2 to 3 hours, he starts getting kind of stressed out. I think it's because he was born into COVID and we spent like literally months at home and would only go on walks or like to the park if we're outside of the house for like a couple hours doing errands and stuff. He starts to get really stressed, which is why we stopped at the park before driving home. He doesn't love being in the car. Excuse my hair. He will sleep a lot in the car, but he always just starts to get really upset, and he's just a total homebody. So when we get home, he gets really excited and just wants to play with his toys and just roam around the house a little bit. So we let him do that, and then we started his bedtime routine, which we are going to be doing a video on probably next week. But his bedtime routine takes about an hour, so we did that. I literally just walked out of the room from getting him to sleep. I think we're going to record the rest of the video tomorrow when we wake up, and it'll be a little Q&A for you guys. I put it on my Instagram story, and I got some juicy questions. So we'll be doing that for you guys tomorrow, but for now we're just going to relax, and I'll probably start editing this video and watch some TV, but I'll see you guys in the morning. So we had a little change of plans. We're supposed to be recording the Q&A right now. Isaac is inside right now getting us some like spring rolls because we are very hungry. We haven't eaten today and it's already almost 2 o'clock, but we're headed up to my sister's right now and I'm really excited. I haven't seen her in a couple of weeks, so I'm excited for that. But we will have the Q&A in this video for you guys. We got some really good questions and I'm excited to answer them and let you guys know a little bit more about us and about what we want to do for this channel. So stay tuned until the end of this video for that. But right now we are going to my sister's house, so I'll see you guys there. So we're finally back home. Isaac is playing video games right now. We tried putting Jasper to sleep, but he just was not having it. So if you hear any moving around in the background, it's him
chilling.
I have a list of the questions that you guys asked, so we're just gonna get right into it. I do want to say, if you are family or somebody that knows us, I'm gonna be asking some kind of juicy questions that you might not want to hear, so go watch one of our other videos, but not this one. We're just going to be talking about some personal stuff that you probably won't want to listen to. The first question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? And we started the channel more for ourselves than anyone else. We want to have these memories to look back on and see when Jasper's older and remember him being this young. I wish that we started the channel when I was pregnant and I honestly was just scared of what other people would think. But we do have a couple of videos that I've fully edited and they're just sitting in iMovie, and it'll be videos that I can go back and watch. We didn't post them because I don't think to anyone else it would be super interesting, but we are going to be sharing some of our life too, and I think we have a really unique story. I definitely do want to be sharing my story and I hope to help other people, but at the end of the day, like, we're doing this for fun and we're doing it because it's something we're interested in.
I will share my story eventually. I'm just not ready yet. And we're also doing this not just for us, but for our family as well. So, because, like, obviously right now, nobody can really see each other. So this is a good way for our family to be able to see us and see what's happening in our lives.
And I know I just said for our family not to watch this video, but all of our other videos our families can watch. Going off of what he said about family, we are about to move and nobody in our family lives where we're moving, and I know that with him joining Coast Guard we're going to be moving a lot, so I think this will be a cool way for them to see our everyday lives when they aren't physically with us. But moving on, second question.
What has being a parent taught you? And I would say what being a parent has taught me is just patience, because Jasper a lot of the times doesn't understand what's happening and he'll be upset or he'll do something he's not supposed to, and you just have to be patient with him because he obviously doesn't know any better or know about what's happening. So all you can do is just be calm and collected with him and just help him out as best as you can.
I completely agree with that. I actually wanted to get a tattoo before Jasper was even born that said patience, because patience is something that I've always wanted to work on. I've never been a super patient person. Isaac has always been extremely patient, and that's something I love about him. But being a parent has definitely helped me to be more patient. The next question, we're getting into a juicy one, is what age did you lose your virginity? I was a freshman. I don't know what age that is.
I was 15.
Do you want more kids? And then someone also asked if we want a dog. The short answer would be yes to both. We want more kids, but we want Jasper to be older, and we want him to be fully aware of the fact that he's going to be having a younger sibling.
Same goes if we're getting a dog. We want him to like know that it's a puppy and like remember that he had a puppy at one point, because obviously if we got one now, he wouldn't know that it was a puppy, and he wouldn't remember it as a puppy as well.
What was the hardest part about becoming teen parents?
I would say our family's reactions. At first, they were like, you're making a big mistake. Afterwards, they came around. But it was just hard at first, because not knowing if you had their support was just difficult, and knowing if you're going to be able to do it without them.
Another thing that made becoming teen parents hard for us is that my mom passed away during my pregnancy, and she was the one person who from like day one was really supportive of us, and then she passed away, so I just had to deal with that and everyone telling me that I was making the wrong decision, and also like navigating motherhood without someone to ask these questions to. What was your first time like after having Jasper? It was a slow process, because I had a cesarean, and a lot of women experience like pelvic pain, and so I could not even like engage in intercourse without it feeling like a knife was being stabbed into my stomach. So it took a couple months before we were able to like do anything and it not hurt really bad. But the first time that it didn't hurt was amazing. Do you have any comments?
It just took a while to get to that point.
How has being a parent affected your relationship? I would say it has made us better at communicating.
And a lot stronger and closer, because we also have bonded over the fact that we're parents. Next one was, what are your two favorite things about each other? And I would say one of my favorite things about Kyla is she's very sympathetic, and she's very good at putting herself in other people's shoes and understanding what they're going through. And just like that, she's an understanding person. It's really nice, and makes her really easy to talk to. I love it. The thing that I love about Kyla is she's very forgiving. Like, if I make a mistake or if I do something wrong, even if it's something that isn't serious and I get like upset about it or whatever, she comforts me and says, hey, it's not a big deal. Like, you're human. Everybody makes mistakes. Just learn from it. And just getting that support is really nice and good to have.
Two things that I really love about Isaac. One of them is that he always does things for me, and I think that my love language is acts of service, and he never complains to do things for me, even if it's something little. He always has a good attitude about it. And then another thing that I love about him is that he is a very, very, very good listener. I like to talk a lot, as you can probably tell, and he's a really good listener, so it works.
Next question we got is, who is the kinky one?
I would say me, but I also know that he would say him, so both of us. How has your sex life changed after having a baby? I would say that we were like rabbits before. Obviously now we have a baby, so we can't just have sexy time whenever we want. We definitely don't have sex as much anymore, but I think the fact that we have to have sex less often makes it a little bit more special.
Definitely made it a lot more romantic, that's for sure.
What is your goal for this year?
I'd say our goal for this year is to start paying off a house.
We are moving to Oregon, like I mentioned in our last vlog, and we are looking into buying a house there, so I would say that is our goal. And it's really exciting because the only person that I know that bought a house under 25 is my sister. But it's really exciting, and it's nice to know that we'll have a place that we can call our home and a place for Jasper. When is Jasper's birthday, and what are your plans?
Jasper's birthday is on May 27th, and we're planning a beach day. The next question was, what was your biggest fight?
I've honestly never had like a huge fight. We have had like miscommunications like any other relationship. I think after COVID hit and I was pregnant and we were stuck in the house together for months, and then we didn't have a break between that and having a baby, and then my postpartum hormones. We definitely had to figure out a way to communicate with each other whenever we would get frustrated, and I think honestly that's helped our relationship to grow more than anything.
It was just like small bickerments, nothing crazy.
Is Jasper's childhood gonna be more like Kyla's or Isaac's?
I would guess it's going to be more like mine, because growing up, I moved a lot. Like, I lived in Reno, and then I lived in Oregon, and then I lived in Texas, and then I moved out to San Diego. I've lived in San Diego for 10 years now.
I also think that it's going to be more like Isaac's, because I think our parenting style will be more similar to his dad's rather than my parents. And I will not let Jasper grow up with a trauma that I went through growing up. So I know that it'll be more like Isaac's. He also went like camping and fishing and spent a lot more time.
A lot of trips.
Yeah, he spent a lot more time outdoors than I did.
That was our last question from you guys.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below, and we'll see you in our next one.
Yeah, that.